feel like maybe like people can relate to the things that I talk about, because I'm not really talking about, oh, who's got like the latest designer, who's like driving in the fastest car. I don't give a fuck about any of that, you know? Like, I mainly care about the community and how I can impact the world in a positive way.
I was looking for the truth, you was in Spoonz. I was all alone, I was cooking in the room. We don't talk, I don't worry about it. We don't talk.
Hey, I'm Nico from OFFHAND, and I'm here with artist-musician Kayowa. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm cool. It's nice to meet you.
You too.
So I was thinking, could you give us maybe a little rundown about your music, your art, just as an introduction?
Sure. Well, I'd say my music is on the experimental side. That can be experimental trip hop, experimental R&B. I also dabble a little bit in bedroom pop as well. So I pretty much do like every genre, you know, like it just depends on the day, it depends on the kind of vibe that I'm going for and how I want to express myself.
Yeah, so real versatile.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. So you recently dropped a single, Spoonz. So I just wanted to ask kind of like how it came about, how the music came about, how the concept came about.
Yeah, good question. So I wrote this song in 2021, ages ago, and I don't know, but like the beat just kind of caught me and I was just like, I was on shrooms, you were in Spoonz. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of like how it came about. Ruby, the artist who's on the song, I literally messaged her on TikTok. One of her videos came up on my For You page. I just messaged her like, babe, first of all, why haven't I heard of you before? Second of all, jump on this track right now. And she's like, yeah, like it was just really easy, like just getting her on the single as well. Naeem Jr., the producer as well. Me and him have been working for years.
Cool.
I actually met him in 2021 where I performed at a like art gallery exhibition thing and he was the DJ, and ever since then we've clicked instantly. So yeah, that's how Spoonz came about, really.
Okay, nice. And you've also said that you're planning on making a remix of it, right? With RENZ?
Yeah, with RENZ. So it's, I wouldn't call it a remix, but it's just his version. So instead of Ruby's verse, there would be Ren's verse, because I just think it would be really nice if someone rapped on the beat as well. So yeah, one of the visions that I had for the song was for someone to rap on it, and I think Renz is the perfect person to do so.
I know that you really like to curate like the whole package for your work, like the video, the music, even the graphic design. So I was gonna ask about the music video, like how that came about.
So I literally had a few images in my head that I wanted to be portrayed within the video. I definitely had the idea that it would be like a street casting kind of shoot, like it would be an outdoor shoot. Everyone on the team kind of like contributed their own ideas, so it became a story. The storyboard that I did initially was just different scenes. It wasn't really, nothing was really leading to the next. It was just like, oh, like we're outside and somehow it's all just gonna happen, you know? But yeah, through Burst London's help and everyone else on the team, we're gonna make it so that like 3 friends are meeting up, and then yeah, that's what happened, and it was actually really good. And Naeem Jr. had to go early that day, so like we did a little segment for him so that he's in enough of the video, so that we wanted to give him a lot of shine.
Was that the like the convenience store segment?
Yeah, the scene where he opens the door and then gets a drink. Yeah, so that was really cool.
So I also read that you kind of like record and mix your vocals yourself often, and I wanted to talk about like the DIY approach.
Yeah.
Like how's that for you? How's that been?
So now not so much, because my MacBook is old as fuck.
Okay.
And she is on her last leg, so I try my best not to mix and master or do too much. I don't even record on my MacBook anymore. I have like a few studios that I can go to where I just record, and I have a few sound techs as well that will help me out with that.
Okay,
so,
nice.
The DIY process, I do enjoy it, but I feel like I'm at the stage where I don't need to just rely on myself now. I can work in a team and I can rely on my friends. So I still do DIY, but not as much as I used to.
That's quite nice to be able to like have connects and work with people like that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, do you have any like perspective or advice for someone that's kind of like starting up with that type of DIY approach?
Take your time with it, you know, definitely see what works. Because, you know, for example, what works for me may not work for the next person. And I've got ADHD and autism, so I'm all over the place. Like, I can definitely like multitask, but I feel like if someone is starting their music journey or podcasting, whatever they want to do, I feel like it's good to keep it minimal with the equipment that you have so that you can build up on it. Like, one thing that I did when I was younger, I bought a little bit too much too soon. So even till this day, like I have a pop filter, I have like a microphone stand, but I have bare stuff that I just don't use that I didn't need to buy. Like, so yeah, that's my advice.
It can get a bit overwhelming if you get like too much tech, right?
Literally, and yeah, I would just recommend to keep it as minimal as possible.
This is like getting deeper into Spoonz, into like the content of your music and stuff. I noticed that you've got kind of a juxtaposition of two different vibes.
Yeah.
Like a more chill, like soothing vibe, and a more like confident, I don't give a fuck type vibe.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, like, where does that come from? What are your influences? What's the story behind that?
I feel like it's just my life experiences that have made me this way, because that's genuinely how I am as a person. Like, I am very calm, also very confident, and I can be very loud as well. So it's like an amalgamation of all these things is portrayed within my music, because my music is an extension of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much that's just it. Like, it's like, there's not really a format to it, you know what I mean? I just pull up and I just talk my shit, say whatever the fuck I want to say. Like, when I was listening to the beat that Naeem sent me, I'd say like the song itself, the beat itself was calm, but I was more like, let me be punchy on this, you know what I mean? And then Ruby's verse on it added to that calm yet confident vibe as well, because even her lyrics are like basically along the lines of, yeah, I'm on the guest list, I'm cool, you're not. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I like that touch to it. And even RENZ's verse as well. His one is very much like, I'm the savior of the London grime scene. I'm here to save the world, and I'm so cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. So it really fits with the vibe.
It's a cool pocket, having like a soothing, chill atmosphere, and then nice punchy confidence in it. It made me think, I don't know if you know Coco and Claire.
Yeah, I love Coco and Claire. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
All right, so I've got another question about like, kind of like the content and the vibe of your music.
Sure.
So I've read that your goal is kind of like to have your music lead with love and like inspire people to live their life authentically. So I wanted to talk a bit about that, because I find that quite inspirational and cool. Yeah.
You know what? One of my friends said to me recently that my music or my voice is like a warm hug. And for me, that was the biggest compliment, because I was like, oh, like that's exactly what I want. I just believe in leading by example, to be honest. So I feel like naturally my music will inspire someone, even if it is just one person, because I'm not really releasing stuff that is inorganic to me. So I'm releasing things that I go through in real time. So for Spoonz, for example, I wrote that in 2021, but at that time I was literally having a few meetings with different labels. They wanted to sign me, but like all the contracts were bogus as fuck. I ended up signing a label in 2022, but I had to revise the contract 3 times for it to be amicable for me, for it to be like mutually beneficial. So yeah, I feel like maybe like people can relate to the things that I talk about, because I'm not really talking about, oh, who's got like the latest designer, who's like driving in the fastest car. I don't give a fuck about any of that, you know? Like, I mainly care about the community and how I can impact the world in a positive way, as cliche as that sounds.
Nice, sick.
Thank you.
I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I've got a question for fun. Just because like, I noticed in a lot of your songs you say Kemo-sabe.
Right, yeah. So, okay, yeah, here's a story. Migos did a song ages ago. I think it was T-shirt. And then in the beginning, someone's like, whoa, Kemo-sabe. So I just ran with that, and I was like, I'm gonna call myself Kemo-sabe. This is gonna be my alter ego. But then I actually looked up that Kemo-sabe is like a Native American term for friend. So I was like, oh, very fitting, you know? So like, it's just something that I just kind of like run with. It's just like, yeah, I wouldn't even call it an alter ego, to be honest. I'm just calling myself friend. Anyone can call themselves Kemo-sabe.
Final question. So what have you got coming up next? New music, a project?
Super excited, because my version of Spoonz is now coming out with RENZ. So in February, that should be out, and all of you can hear it.
That's exciting.
I know. I'm so excited.
Where can everyone find you? Like on social media or?
So everyone can find me on Instagram at Kayowa, 1 Kayowa. On TikTok, they can find me at Lengting. That'll be LENG Ting and K. Yeah, pretty much. So.
Sweet.
Pretty straightforward to an extent.
So you can find me at Offhand. I'm Nico.
And I'm Kayowa.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.